Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, Phoenix Rising Tarot. This video is a bit different. I'll explain in a couple of minutes. So, my name's Kenley and I'm from the UK, Derbyshire, England. This is a video that is for, basically it's for my other channel, my fruit detox journey. I did have a new mobile phone that I was using to upload these videos, but unfortunately I don't know what's happened. I am clueless when it comes to technology. For some reason my phone has stopped working and connecting to my home Wi-Fi, and my phone is only set up to upload and download things on Wi-Fi and not mobile data for cost reasons. So anyway, skipping all the waffle, what I'm doing here is cleaning the black grapes that I use for my detox smoothies, and also for my pink lady apples. So in here I've got a really big saucepan. I'm not sure of what volume of liquid that this saucepan holds, but it is a really big one, as you can see. If I just sort of step back, you'll have to excuse the mess of the kitchen. It is a very small kitchen. I've not cleaned the hob, and I did make some homemade vegetable soup yesterday. Anyway, without diverting too much, in here we've got black grapes. I've taken them off the stalks. There is still a few remaining, but I've done my best to remove all of the stalks from the grapes. Anyway, so before eating any fruit really, and that the same goes for vegetables, here's some that I've not de-stalked yet. These are just your average, these are black seedless grapes. I do like to use the speciality grapes, I think from Aldi or Lidl. Tesco's also do them. They're called sable grapes. They are a lot nicer, but you do get less per weight for more money, and so it is better to use black grapes rather than the green or the red version varieties, because of the antioxidant properties that the darker fruits contain within them. As with anything, it's always better to use organic wherever and whenever possible, but obviously that depends on budget, availability and all that sort of stuff. So that being said, the bare minimum that you need to consider is washing off the pesticides, Monsanto and all that sort of stuff, you know, glyphosates, and you've probably heard it all in the media, the news, or heard someone talking about it, and they are very nasty chemicals to keep pests away. Even the organic shop bought varieties aren't 100% reliable. The only way that you can guarantee 100% is if you grow your own. Now, I don't know about yourselves, but I have not got the room, the time, or the equipment to grow my own vegetables or sable grapes. And the climate, obviously, in the UK, those of you who know that the UK is very changeable and unreliable. And so that needs to be taken into consideration also. Anyway, that being said, in here we have just normal tap water. I'm going to do another video on why to use distilled water rather than just tap water that comes out of your tap. Around here we get Severn Trent Water, who treats our water supply to clean it up. I'll not go into that because it's not a video about the water treatment system. But in here we have normal cold tap water. Right, we've got Pink Lady apples, organic ones. Like I say, the label says organic. More expensive. If and when you can, always use organic is my best advice. But use what you can. Use your initiative. That's all I can say on that matter. So we have normal tap water. You want to make sure that they're all covered. You want to I like to leave them to soak with apple cider vinegar to take off the wax coating that supermarkets and the food chains spray on foods, mainly apples. I won't go into that too much. But it's to preserve the food, keep it fresh, lock in the flavour and all that sort of stuff. So anyway, back to what the video's about. So you want to make sure that there is enough water in whatever vessel you are using to clean your fruit or vegetables in. I'm just using this really, the biggest saucepan I can find, because grapes tend to go mouldy very, very quick, especially in the hot, humid weather. Even if it is in date by the packaging, you also still need to go by your own, opinion. So you need to get in there, check that the grapes haven't gone mouldy. You don't want to be having mould on your grapes. Obviously, the mould on the surface is just the start of it. If anybody knows anything about mould and fungi and things like that, the surface is just the tip of the iceberg. There's more going on under the surface, unseen, and so you don't want to be fermenting your fruit. If you have any kidney issues, chronic fatigue, things like that, you don't want to be having mould anywhere at all, healthy or unhealthy. That's just my opinion. Anyway, so you've got your grapes, whatever variety, the darker the better. You've got your other fruit. You want to leave them in there, sort of covered. The apples are floating, so you can't always keep them sort of 100% immersed in the water. So you want to keep coming and sort of giving them a bit of a shuffle around, making sure that the apple cider vinegar mixture and the water have taken effect and removed all the nasty carcinogenic. Those who don't know, carcinogenic means cancer causing or may cause cancer, scientifically proven to cause cancer. pesticides. So yes, you put your grapes in there after you've de-stalked them. You put your apples in there with the skin on. You get any apple cider vinegar. I'm just going to show you now. I'm waiting for some a different brand to this. This is from Sainsbury's supermarket food chain. But you can use any brand, you know, wherever in the world you are. This one at the minute, if I can focus, is Bat's Organic Apple Cider Vinegar with the Mother. So you want to use unfiltered, unpasteurised, because that's heat treated. That destroys the bacteria, which is the active ingredient in the apple cider vinegar. That's all the goodness in there. So as you can see, well, I've already shook it up, but you get, wherever you get unpasteurised, unfiltered apple cider vinegar with the Mother, usually on the bottom, after it's been sat on the shelf or in the fridge once you've opened it, you get like a sediment to the bottom. Well, you want to shake that all up so it's all dispersed equally. And then all I do, literally, and I'll just show you, just bear with me. So I've taken the top off, literally, and I've already added some to this. So I'll just do it, depending on how much fruit you've got, by eye really, and just a guesstimation, enough to remove all the nasties. So what this will do is remove any coating, anything on the surface, any nasties, any grease, anything like wax, pesticides and things like that. It's going to remove all that for you. And so if you can see, because this is an enamel coated saucepan that I'm using, you can see the colour of the water isn't very. Let me just get a glass and I'll show you so that you can see it better for yourself. So I'm just going to take a little beaker, and this was clean water, so I'm trying not to take the fruit while I'm doing it so that you can see a lot better. Right, so you can see that it's cloudy. It's got, you know, I don't use a lot of apple cider vinegar, so it's not that's colouring the water. Just, you know, so that you know. And I'll put it on a white background so you can see it better. I don't think the lights won't really help, but you can see it's got a nasty sort of, you know, you wouldn't, if that came out of your water tap as clean drinking water, you would question that. So that is all the crap that you don't want in your detoxification smoothies, because you're trying to get all this out of you rather than putting it back into your body. So anyway, I'm just going to pour that back in and I'll give that a rinse in a little minute. So anyway, that is why you wash your fruit. Now, you can use distilled water. At the minute, I am waiting for my distiller as we speak. You might be able to hear that in the background. I'm going to do a separate video altogether on why to use distilled water rather than boiled water that's cold, or just normal tap water, which you can do. It is basically on your head be it, you know, each and everyone to their own. But distilled water is the most pure water. There is no other water more pure than distilled water. So those of you who know what distillation is, what it does, and the benefits of that, I won't have to tell you. Those who don't, please come back. I will be doing a video, like I say, on the differences between boiled water and distilled water in a separate video. So anyway, that's that. So you want to be leaving these in here. I like to leave them 10 to 15 minutes. You can leave them longer, but don't sort of leave them overnight. Reason being, not with the apples so much, but definitely with the grapes and some of the smaller ones, you know, if you can see there, I've slightly damaged the grape, taking them off the stem, the stalk, and so the vinegar will tend to penetrate. It won't do you any harm per se, but you end up with a bit of a messy mush rather than the proper fruit, and that can also encourage mould to grow, and you don't want that. So prevention is always better than cure. So yes, once you've left your fruit soaking for 10 to 15 minutes, which is what I usually recommend, keep it covered. You do get fruit flies. The pests tend to like nibbling on your fruit, and so it won't kill you, obviously, but you know, it's a bit unhygienic to say the least. So after 15 minutes, what do you want to do? You want to use your saucepan lid, drain out all the dirty apple cider vinegar and water liquid. You want to give them a quick rinse with normal cold tap water and shuffle them round. Drain the liquid. Give them another rinse, drain the liquid, and then what I usually do, so just I have these mason jars. This one hasn't got the seal on, I've just washed it. I'll just grab a rubber seal from up here. And so you have one of these on the lid. That keeps it airtight. So I'll just try and do this one-handed, just to show you. And so, like I say, drain all that out, rinse, repeat. You can do it for a third time if you wish, but that's entirely up to you. Once you've done that, you want to use a colander, a drainer, a sieve, something like that. Drain off the excess water. They don't have to be bone dry, it doesn't really matter. You know, the main thing is that they're clean. But what this actually does is preserves the fruit, mainly the grapes, so that they last longer, as long as you store them properly. So my advice is to fill up right to the top and sort of give it a bit of a shake so that the grapes, you know, get really right down to the bottom. Give them a little bit of a push down, not too hard, you don't want them mush, like I say. Give them a bit of a, you know, until it's full to the top, and then you put your top down. And then you go over to the fridge. These are grapes that I have not cleaned yet, but I usually put them in this sort of mason jar in the fridge, and they will keep. They don't really last long in my household. You know, above, I don't know, sort of 3 days. So I don't really know the length that they will last for, but it will keep them longer than if you just leave them in the fridge, in the punnets, unwashed. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed the video. I hope that it's been informative for somebody, and please, if you like my content, give us a thumbs up, leave a comment, please, like, share and subscribe, please, please, please comment, even if it's an emoji. Just say hi, say whereabouts in the world you are. I would be absolutely 100% grateful for that, because it really helps my channel and the algorithm to share the content. So that being said, take care and have a good weekend wherever you are. Thank you for watching and take care, and I will be back with part 2 of the collective tarot reading that I did start sort of later on of last week, towards the end of last week. Sorry, bad grammar there, but thank you and take care. I love you all, and goodbye for now.